Good job, Matt. I'm glad you correctly identified porn.
I truly am a degenerate. Oh man, this is gonna be a good one for somebody to listen to in like 10 weeks.
This turned out to be a day. After escaping the shadow in the cave, we made camp. Clyde told a story about his friend dying. I told a story about my friend dying. Guinan told a story about shitting her pants. And speaking of pants, why is she stealing this jester's pants?
The Multiverse Collective.
So, where last we left our intrepid bunch of heroes, they were following, I don't remember if I gave him a name other than like Bugle Man.
I don't even think you called him Bugle Man. You just described him as having really ostentatious pants that Guinan stole.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I did need those pants. I needed them pretty desperately.
So you guys are walking down a road, following a man wearing, oh no, it was heart boxers. That's what he was wearing.
Yeah, he's wearing the hard boxers now because I swapped him for his pants.
There
because I didn't want to wear my dad's boxers in public anymore. I'm already stuck with an I'm with stupid shirt. Yeah.
God, I forgot that you have that.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh my God. So the walk is pretty uneventful, and as you follow this kind of main path, you branch off to a smaller one, and after a little bit of walking, you see the forest open up into just a giant estate. As you walk towards this path, you see a large brick fence. The fence gates are made out of iron, and they have it's like there's a half circle thing on top, that like very gaudy rich people fence stuff, and at the top of that half circle you see the inlaid faces of the side profile of two Garchomps looking at each other, and your messenger just kind of opens the gate and says, "After you, the mistress is waiting."
Great.
Guinan, I trust you know the way to the main foyer.
Yep, haven't forgotten that. I've only been gone she looks to check her watch and then realizes we're in the Viking Age and watches haven't been invented yet. Not very long. Anyway, and then she'll just continue on the path and desperately trying to avoid eye contact with Clyde.
Yes, if you need me, I will be in my quarters finding a new pair of dungarees. And he quickly slinks off. I need everybody to roll 2d6.
That's a 3, my friend.
I also got a 3.
4.
Okay, it takes you guys a while, but Guinan, you hear it first. You hear the stomping of feet and a low growl, but the growl turns into like a excited, like a chirp almost, as Guinan is just like spear tackled by a gigantic black figure. And as the dust settles, you see a massive Garchomp that is just on top of Guinan, licking her face.
Yep, Guinan's giving him the customary head pats and trying to push him off because he does weigh 450 pounds.
Oh, at least. Ragnar does not know his own strength. He's just happy to see his buddy. I think after a second, he gets up and he turns to look at Clyde and Brutus. and just kind of like cocks his head to the side and looks at you, Guinan.
These are my friends, Ragnar. They're great. They're good. You don't have to worry about them.
Ragnar nods and slowly plods over to the two of you, gives you a nice big pit bull sniff, just a very nice.
Brutus sniffs him back.
That was a proper pug sniff.
Yeah. Ragnar is impressed. He nods. He smells like cinnamon.
Impressive.
Yeah, I don't even know what he eats, but he does always smell like that.
Clyde, give him a sniff.
I'm okay. I'd rather not smell this Pokemon.
He smells great, Clyde. You're really missing out. And Guinan's just like, doing like the big dog side slaps.
He weirdly smells like cinnamon rolls.
I'm just gonna use my Poke speech and be like, sup.
You just hear this deep, gravelly voice that's just like, "Hey, brother."
Oh, fucking hell.
That's what he sounds like.
Oh my god, it's Macho Man Randy Savage.
I always forget that you can do this, and I always have to have a voice prepared.
I'm just gonna be shocked that he has a voice that makes me feel like I'm gonna get put through a table, and I'm just gonna be like, right, let's keep going.
Yeah, so Ragnar is just kind of like following you around, sticking pretty close to Guinan, looking, kind of sniffing around Guinan's backpack, looking for a treat or something.
Do I have any treats that I can offer him? Let's see, I think I have berries.
Yeah, I think you have some berries.
I have some berries. I may give him a berry. Oh, actually, you know what?
Yeah.
I would love to just pull. I bet I have something in my backpack that is a treat.
Oh yeah. Ooh, give me a 2d6 roll.
That is an 11. I'm gonna waste all of my good rolls on that.
All right. So you pull out a kind of a spiky looking berry. It looks like it's a tomato berry. So it looks like a tomato, but it has spikes on it.
Yeah.
Tomato.
You can smell the spice, the natural capsaicin on it, but you toss it over to Ragnar and he eats it and he is very happy.
Always got to give treats to my best boy.
Mm-hmm. And you as you're walking, it's like even once you're on the grounds, it's probably another at least 3/4 of a mile to get to the actual estate. So as you're walking, you see some of Weth's other Pokemon. You see hang on, I'll tell you exactly what you see because I've already forgotten this.
A Shedinja.
Yes. That's the one that I remember.
The one fucking gimmick I never got to use. I was so excited about that dumb little shithead. Oh,
I know.
God.
I love him. As you're walking, you see you feel like wind over your head as you see like a Gliscor fly above you. You see a pond where this dumb looking Whiscash is just kind of like half of its head is above the water, just kind of looking at you over some foothills getting into some mountains in the background. And you can see out of one of these foothills, you just see this gigantic Steelix, like sandworm, like burrow out of a mountain and then just like fall right into the dirt, into a new hole. And as you walk in, Guinan, you basically walk into the front of this Shedinja, which you know very well as Compass. And its favorite thing to do is to just have people walk into its husk of a shell. It thinks it's funny.
No, hi, little buddy. You're not gross at all.
It just stares unblinking at you and just kind of moves to the side.
Yeah, I never got used to that.
Guinan, that thing is creepy.
It is creepy.
Very creepy.
Clyde, you should try and talk to it.
I'm okay. Of all the things that I want to do in my life.
That's not one. As you pass, you hear this this very unsettling noise. It's like between a rattle and a buzz coming from the direction of this Shedinja.
Yeah, those are the husk sounds. It's not.
Husk sounds? Why'd you make that sound normal?
I don't know. You spend your lifetime around that thing. You get used to the husk sounds, Clyde. The husk makes noises.
I feel like that's the souls of many, many unfortunate creatures.
I don't know. It's normally really close to my mom. She hates that fucking thing. So I'm shocked that it's here.
Why does she keep it if she hates it?
It's like this whole thing. I don't know. Something about the scythe that she has. You know, that dumb fucking weapon. I don't know why she decided to carry something so impractical around. But it's like attached to the compass.
Oh.
I don't really know how it works. I never really asked questions about it. Just she always got kind of upset if I talked about it.
That doesn't seem worth it.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen her battle in ever, actually. So I don't really know what any of it does.
So, Guinan, from the front, the main entrance of the estate, how does one get to the kind of the main, like foyer, like, I don't want to call it a lobby, but like,
it's a grand entryway,
yeah.
right? You walk in and there are double spiral staircases on either side leading up to like a colossal balcony, and underneath the staircases there are like huge set of double doors that lead into some sort of like receiving room or something, and I assume that's where we would just go into.
Yeah. Clyde, as you are walking through, you have a flashback.
Oh, yeah.
So as, I guess Brutus, as you walk into this, what are your thoughts on seeing this just grand display of extravagance?
I mean, he's worked for rich, wealthy people before as a bodyguard, so I don't really think it phases him that much. I think he's more kind of on edge to see what Clyde is going to do, knowing that there's going to be some weird shit that goes down. He's just sort of preparing to jump in the way of something or whatever, depending on what happens.
I gotcha. Clyde, as you look around this grand entrance, we flash back to the same grand entrance. However, instead of it being in the morning, it is in the dead of night. And Clyde, you as Ordord Hemensdrax, have snuck past the guard Pokemon and are now in the compound.
Okay, yeah. So this, as we established outside of recording, this is after Foxel perished at my hand.
Yes.
At my hand in quotation marks, and after Cliff disappeared, right?
Yes. This is about, I'd say, a couple months afterwards.
Okay, yeah. So at this point, like, Clyde is feral. Like, you get in his way, he will fuck you up, sort of feral. And he has used his detective skills and fucking did what his father could never do and found out where Weth lives. So he has broken in to this fucking manor, and he has no Pokemon on him. It's just him. He is like ready to fuck shit up, throw hands, whatever he has to do. And like, I imagine instead of going through like the front door, I'm imagining there's like a skylight with like, when you see really posh houses and they've got like the balconies underneath the fucking windows that are fucking 60 feet up for some reason that nobody can ever use. I'm imagining he's like perched on one of them waiting for some sort of idea of where Weth could be in this house.
I think as you kind of get in and silently You're in this grand room. It's the middle of the night. It's deathly quiet in here. And you hear from off to your left, you hear a couple of voices, very softly, but you hear the voice of an older man and a younger child, and you hear something to the effect of, this is how I like to drink water when it's night. All right,
It's unsettling. I'm telling you, it's unsettling. Use a cup. Use a cup.
I don't want to use a cup because I don't want to have to deal with it.
What do you mean deal with it? It's a cup. We have help.
I have to clean it.
We have 100 servants to clean the fucking cup,
I
Dad.
don't want to bother them, Guinan.
They could clean it in the morning. It's a cup. Oh my God. What is wrong with you?
Clyde, what do you do with this information as you hear this from down the hall?
Okay, I didn't expect that to be the point where I dropped in. But okay. Clyde would probably go in and investigate because, he doesn't know if Wef's figured him out and is just sort of baiting him into coming out. So he's going to sneak around, try and get a look to see who is actually speaking. Yeah,
I think you take a few minutes to slowly go down this hall. And I think as you are, in the shadow, as you get closer, you see this, you see some light kind of going out into the hallway. And as you hide in the shadows, you just hear these two voices. You hear the older man say, all right, Guinan, look, here's some candy. Don't tell Mom.
Where did you get that candy from? What the
From the market. What do you mean, where did I get this candy from?
I know exactly what you and Mom have been doing. It echoes, okay? And you just materialize this candy from your pocket? What am I supposed to think? It's weird, Dad. I don't want your weird candy.
Okay, look, if you don't want it...
Chad, this never happened. This never happened.
Look, if you don't want it, then just give it to Axel. I don't know what's up with him.
He doesn't need any more fucking candy.
Alright, well, just save it until you forget how you got it and then enjoy it.
Yeah, thank you for all of this. This entire evening has been horrifying. And I would like to forget it.
And Clyde, at that, you see a girl walk out of this light and walk away from you down the other side of the hallway. Looks to be about your age, maybe a little bit younger, but definitely around your age, definitely like a teenager.
Clyde is gonna do something. Clyde is gonna, I'm assuming, because Wef is rich as fuck, I'm assuming she's gonna have a portrait of herself somewhere in this grandiose hall.
Why don't you roll me 2d6?
10.
Okay. With a 10, the light from the kitchen, you're able to see, you kind of turn around and you see a large portrait. You see Wef, you see a man, and you see two children. One of them looks to be a girl, maybe a little bit younger than the one that you saw, but you can probably assume that it's the same one. And then you see a smaller boy.
Okay, I'm gonna leave the man and the two children, but I'm gonna cut Wef's face off the painting and stuff it in my pocket, and then I'm gonna leave.
Yeah, and as you kind of come back into the real world, I think Guinan and Brutus, you guys have already started to walk into the receiving room, and Clyde is just kind of standing in the foyer.
Clyde.
Sorry. Yeah.
Come along, Clyde.
Sorry. I was just thinking why Guinan's this fucking rich and we've walked everywhere.
It's a good exercise.
Yeah.
But that 8-hour walk to to the Allfather's hearth could have been like an hour and a half if we've got like a horse and carriage, you know? Just my beef. Just my beef.
I didn't see the idea coming from you.
I don't have money.
I thought it was like good bonding time.
No big. Okay, let's go.
As you push open the door, you all walk into this grand, it's kind of a mix between like it's a great hall / throne room, essentially. So you see this big, it almost looks like the, I don't know church terms, but like the big part of the church, like the long part with the vaulted roofs and where, you know, people sit, but instead of pews, there are these just gigantic wooden tables with chairs all across the sides. And there's this beautiful red carpet with gold accents that goes all the way up. You see like a raised area, and atop that you see this giant throne where you see, well, Brutus, you wouldn't know who this is, but everybody else would. You see Weth just kind of sitting. Both legs are draped over one of the arms of this massive, gaudy, like golden throne. It has, it looks very padded, very comfortable. And the woman sitting on the throne just kind of looks up and she's just like, "Oh, all right, you made it."
Mother.
Daughter.
Weth.
You.
Me.
How do you know my name?
Oh, you know someone really dear to me.
Did Cyrus have a fucking son?
I am not the spawn of that trash.
She kind of squints and she looks at you and she's just like, "Oh, you're you gotta be Cliff's kid, right? Yeah, now I can see it. Huh. Wonder what that old bastard's up to these days."
At that, I think Clyde is like squeezing his fist like as hard as he can so he doesn't make a fool of himself. But on like closer inspection, you can like see that he's like pierced his hand with his nails and there's just blood like dripping off his hand.
You see Weth very like sarcastically put her hands up and she's like, hey. Look, we can kill each other later. I brought you here for a reason. There is a reason to this. I hate having to do this. And she just like claps her hands and a random servant comes out of like a door from somewhere and like runs over in front of Weth, and he's just like, "Yes, the mistress requires assistance." And you see Weth just kind of like put her arms behind her head and she's just like, "Well, at least I didn't have to say it."
Guinan rolls her eyes so hard that it's audible.
All right, look, this is a job that requires a nerd, and none of the nerds in Strand Cotton Comp will fucking listen to me. I don't get it. What? So, I can't trust.
Why would they listen to you?
Because I'm paying them.
Yeah, but they worship my father.
I'm paying.
Hero.
Oh, your father, the hero who fucking left, who had his wife killed in the 9 hells, and when his last Pokemon died, he left and turned to the unspeakable one. That hero?
He's not even going to listen to anything after he let his wife die. I'm going to throw out Riolu and I'm going to sprint at Weth.
I think as soon as you grab your Pokeball, Brutus is gonna grab your arm.
Can I roll Ranger's Intuition so I can dodge out of it?
Ooh, yeah. Let's see. Remind me Ranger's Intuition.
I have the ability to automatically dodge 1 attack per combat.
I will allow this. If you roll 2d6 plus speed, Brutus, you can roll 2d6 plus attack. I just want to contest this. Clyde, if you're using Ranger's Intuition, I will let you roll with advantage.
I got a 10.
I got an 11.
Fuck.
All right. Brutus, you grab Clyde's arm, but he's able to slip out. And I think Weth just kind of very gracefully does a backflip on top of the chair. And she's just like, I was gonna pay you guys. Like, no need for this. Guinan, call off your friend.
Clyde, relax for now.
Yeah, I'm. Clyde is seeing red. Like, he's not even paying attention. He is full, I am going to murder your ass mode.
I think as you and Sven kind of like get up there, I think Weth is just very easily like you try to punch her and she just moves, and you try to hit her again and she moves, and like it is looking like she is not giving any effort. Like, she's really not trying here. You know, as this is going on, she's just like, I'll wait until he tires himself out. I mean, I did not mean that. Well, okay. I meant that with a little bit of snark, but like, not a lot.
Brutus looks at Guinan and goes, I tried to help, but I feel like the guy could use a little bit of humbling.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's for the best?
Clyde, roll 2d6 plus defense and roll it at disadvantage.
Oh, sick. Okay, well, if she's attacking me, I'll roll this first. I got a 10 both times. Plus defense, did you say?
Yeah.
I got a 9.
All right, so with a 9, you don't take any damage, but Weth just kind of like does this spinning mid-air kick, hits you right in the ribs, and you go down to a knee.
What does Sven do?
Oh, I was gonna ask if Sven could use counter on this attack.
Well, I just mean, how does Sven react, right?
Oh yeah, Sven's Sven.
He has the same kind of like fire in his eyes, and he's also like, I imagine Brutus, as you tried to like grab Clyde, you almost tried to grab Sven, and he also just kind of like dodged your grapple. But I think Sven is a much smaller target, so when Weth is just kind of like dodging these attacks from both Clyde and Sven, she just kind of like knocks Sven over. Again, is not trying to do damage, but Sven just kind of like flies back. Doesn't necessarily hit a wall. He catches himself, but he's knocked back pretty far. And as like Weth is just looking around, she's just like, look, I could do this all day, but I need you guys to do something for me, and I'll pay you a lot of money if you do it for me.
Clyde, right now is neither the time nor the place for this. I know you want your revenge, but now is not the time.
Look, Clyde, my friend, and Weth just kind of like looks at you, and she's just like, I promise you. You know what? Actually, hang on. I can show you that I'm not bullshitting you. And Weth points over to one of the walls, and you see on the wall, there's like this big open area that starts to shimmer, and you see this kind of like, shimmery projection come into focus. You see, Clyde, you're able to see from kind of like not a bird's eye view, but like from a top-down view, like 45-degree angle, the interaction between you and your father when you broke the news that Floatzel had perished.
Oh, great.
And so you see the two of you getting animated, talking, and you see Cliff just turn around and run away into the forest. And this camera view follows Cliff through the forest across many days and nights until you see the forest get less dense and more dead, and you see a giant hole in the ground that you would know as Send-Off Spring. And you see Cliff look around. He looks up to the sky, and you see this like red and purple and blue hand come out of the hole. It holds out its palm. You see Cliff looks around, jumps on, and without resistance, the hand and Cliff sink into the hole. And then you look over at Weth, who's just kind of standing there, and she's just like, sure he didn't tell you that one, did he?
You think I care about what that old fucking bastard did and didn't do? He was the worst person I've ever met in my life. You killed my mother.
So
you killed my mother.
No. You think I cared enough to kill your mom? No, I've met her. She's a nice lady. He killed her. God, did he not tell you during this dramatic reveal?
I'm gonna pull, like, bloody hand, I'm gonna pull out that, like, ripped poster, like, I took a Web's face from the picture.
She went for that.
Oh my God, you little bastard,
kidding?
that was you?
You thought it this whole time?
For the last fucking
Arceus, damn it. You said I was on lockdown for weeks.
I wasn't expecting the son. I wasn't expecting this motherfucker to walk into the house and steal my face from a portrait.
Look, right. I was here to kill you, but then you had to go and fucking have a family. Do you know how hard it is to lose a fucking parent? Like, my mother, you know how sweet that lady was, and you had the fucking balls to kill, as far as I'm aware, kill my mother and fucking sit here with a happy family. So I came to kill you, but you know what stopped me from doing that? And I'm gonna look straight at Guinan. She fucking did. Nothing else. She stopped me from fucking attempting to kill you that night.
You know, I will, I'll let you think that. I
never said I would have succeeded. I never said that, but I was gonna fucking try.
I appreciate that I hold enough space in your heart that you thought that much of me to sneak past my dragon and my husk and my hippo and my iceberg and my bat and my fucking snake. I appreciate that. I really do. Now, look, I will say, why? Ask yourself why I would kill your mom. Just like think about, like ruminate on that for a sec.
Well, my father has been trying to kill you for the last 25 fucking years, so...
Well, yeah, of course. But then he went off the fucking deep end. He decided after he realized that I didn't know what was going through his head when I was working with him. I can't predict him now. Couldn't predict him 25 years ago. But after he decided that I was not his top target and that the unspeakable one was his top target, he just kept going on raid after raid. Look, Sasha, she's a nice lady. She didn't deserve that. Your dad was like bringing her in. Like, she didn't want to be there. She wanted to care for you. Why do you think that I would have anything to do with this?
Why wouldn't I think that you had anything to do with this? Picture this in your head, right? Imagine being 8 years old, yeah, sitting in bed when your father comes in, beaten, bruised, bloodied, on his own, no mother in sight, and instead of giving you the fucking gentle way of going, I need to talk to you, your mother, she passed away. No, he said, you have to kill Weth because she took your mother from us.
Because he didn't want to go through the trouble of killing me. It's propaganda. Here, I can show you the events that led up to that. Just take a look at the wall. And you see this projection shimmer once again. And you see Cliff and Sasha fighting in the Nine Hells. You see there's all manner of like demonic Pokemon, and Cliff is like throwing these Pokemon off of them, and you see Sasha collapse, and you see Cliff look at her, and he's just like, get up, I need you to be up. And you see your mother on the ground, she's breathing heavily, covered in cuts and bruises, and she's just like, Cliff, I can't fight, please. And you just see as these demons closing in. You see as Cliff, he reaches out to try and grab Sasha, but one of these larger Pokemon, it's a Conkeldurr, it grabs Cliff's other hand and starts pulling him away. You see that he has to make this choice, and he drops his grip on Sasha to get out of this Conkeldurr's grip, and he sneaks around and is able to get out of this grip, and is able to kind of make his way out of this circle of demonic Pokemon that have been surrounding him. But as he looks back, he just hears, and you hear this too, you hear Sasha scream, and then it is silent as Cliff looks back and runs off. And Weth is like, look, I promise you, this is not what I was here to do today. I assumed that you already knew all of this, but why would I be surprised that he told you that I killed your mother?
At this, Clyde's going to stand up. He's going to return Sven. He's just going to walk away, and he's going to walk past Guinan and Brutus and just like, fill me in when we leave. I'm just going to keep walking. Just like, he's not even stopping. He goes out the door. He just keeps walking, just like straight.
I think Weth just kind of like looks and is just like,
You had to show him his mom dying? I mean, that
oh,
feels...
father's tits. I didn't know that he didn't fucking know this, Guinan.
Does your magic wall get Swablu Prime?
Yeah. What kind of a question is that?
I feel like showing him his mom's death may have been a little bit over the line, maybe?
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, so I'll give him an extra 30% on top.
I don't think this is the kind of thing that money can fix.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure that will undo the trauma of him watching his mom die.
Oh, nonsense. Nonsense. There is nothing that money can't fix. If money can't fix it, I'll just put more money. I'll just throw more money at the problem. It'll work. Okay. Anyway, so what I need you, what I've called you here for today, I am happy that you guys have run into Guinan. I am happy that you guys have not left her for dead. And so...
It's been tempting.
What is that supposed to mean? I am a perfectly capable adventurer. Thank you very much.
So I was about to say that's about as close to an alliance as I could think, but hearing this big dude, I don't know if I feel that way, but I'm gonna trust you guys anyway. There's a little thing in Strand Kottenkamp. It's like this archaeological site. You know, like there's these city ruins that, according to some of the old heads that live around there, just kind of appeared there one day, and you know, people have been scouring it and taking a look. Nobody's really gotten anything. The past couple of years, I've been funding some nerds to go look out and figure out, you know, what's there and if there's anything cool that they can bring back. But whenever they do find anything, they say, oh, well, it needs to be studied and it needs to be put in a museum for science and for the general public. And I think that's dumb, and I want it in my house. So I would like you to go get some of that stuff for me, and I will pay you a lot of money to do that.
Guinan has an artifact from there in her backpack.
Oh?
You have to tell her about that.
I mean, no, she doesn't.
Yeah, Mom, we can totally bring you back some old stuff from the weird city for the house. Where are you gonna put it?
I don't know. Depends what you bring back. I'll figure it out.
Is there like anything in particular that you want?
Guinan, please. You know what I want. Something shiny, something cool, something that I can show off to my other rich, dumb friends when they come here for dinner so that I can look better than them.
Yep, that tracks. Okay. I don't feel the need to ask how much money you're paying because I'm sure whatever the number is going to be absurd.
How much do you want? 30,000?
Brutus, is that a lot? That doesn't feel like a lot. But I have a very little money to my name at the moment.
It's more than I have at the moment.
All right, how about this? $30,000, 30,000 polka dollars each. I'll add for emotional damages. For the other one, I'll give him an extra 10. I don't know. He can go get some therapy with it. And I don't know. I mean, come back to me, give me some cool shit, and I don't know. Do you guys need anything? Like, do you need to go anywhere? Like, I don't know. Or like, what are you guys? What have you guys been up to? What are you working towards in this little group you have here?
I want information.
Just adventuring and stuff. I just wanted to have some fun.
Information. Ooh, interesting. And you see Weth just kind of flop back down on the chair. Do tell.
We get you some shiny artifacts, and I get the money. And you tell me everything you know about the shadow energy.
Oh, the shadow. Oh, easy. You mean Shadow Lugia, right?
Yes. As well as the other things.
Yeah, no problem. Easy. God, I thought you were going to ask for something hard. I thought you were going to have to, I don't know, ask me to like be a mother or something.
I don't think that's worked out so well.
Well, I mean, she's turned out.
Thank you. That's so kind of you.
Look, could be worse. You could be Axel.
You know what? That is such a shitty thing to say. And after, might I add, you found out I was not the one that slashed your face out of a family portrait. Where's my apology? You locked me in my room for 3 weeks.
I'm sorry. I will get my apology. Will be we can just throw it under the rug. We can pretend that it never happened. And if you want some extra money, I'll give you some therapy money too.
I was pooping in a bucket, mother, for 3 weeks.
You had an ensuite bathroom.
You said I couldn't leave my room.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Guinan. All right, you know what?
It's fine. You know what? It's fine. We're going to forget about it. I'm going to forget that it ever happened.
All right.
Because that's better for me.
All right, well, now I can't forget about this. I'm going to need therapy. So you guys go, chop, go find some cool stuff, bring it back, and then maybe I'll have mentally healed from that.
I don't think you're ever going to mentally heal. And Guinan turns around and tries to leave on a really snappy remark.
Yeah, I think
Brutus.
You guys just...
He looks longingly at the magical wall before he turns and walks out. That went well.
You could use a lot of words to describe how that went. That's not what I would have used, but at least there wasn't bloodshed.
That's about what I meant by it going well.
Yeah, we should find Clyde.
As you guys walk out of the door back onto the estate, you hear somebody running after you, and it's yet another servant holding a piece of paper, and he's just like, wait, I'm sorry. The mistress handed me a map with some objectives, and hands you a piece of parchment paper.
I swear to God, Matt, if you make us sing the map song from Dora the Explorer to see this map...
Fucking lose it.
I'm not going to do that, but maybe I will now.
I mean, we already have the backpack.
That's true. You already have the backpack. No, you're able to open the map, and you see a rough map of this city, and you see circled in red near the middle of the area is what looks to be a cathedral. And there's a red circle there. And then there are a couple of other smaller buildings right around it that have some smaller red circles. There's some arrows, just kind of looks like a map to orient yourself towards where Weth would want you to look.
Well, hey, Clyde, how's it going? How you doing, bud?
Clyde's like in a state of shock.
Sounds good.
Guinan is gonna pull out Joshua's Pokeball and let Joshua out to try and have him help soothe Clyde because she knows she's not a particularly soothing presence.
Clyde, you feel a very rough nose just kind of rub up against your ankle.
I don't think I think how does one not shell shock? How does one have the life flipped upside down again? Yeah, I think like I don't know. I think Clyde's probably having like he's like trying his best not to show it, but I think he's having like a full on like panic attack. I don't think he's ever experienced anything like it before, but you know, he's doing his best to like hide emotion as he has been trained to do for the last 14 years.
Sorry about my mom, Clyde. That was a real dick move of her.
He's just gonna nod. Just, yep, it's fine.
Brutus just sort of gently pats your back and goes, there, buddy.
He, like, you see a tear roll down his cheek, and he's just like, how could he do this to me? How could he have lied and taken the one person in this world who loved me more than anything and fucking let her die? He chose to let her die. He could have saved her, and he fucking lied about it. He told me it was Weth. Fucking, I've spent 14 years being abused. Fucking left to fucking fend for myself at the age of fucking 16 because he wanted to go and fucking make a deal with the fucking one thing that he thought he killed. Am I just fucking a scapegoat? My whole life has been a fucking lie.
Brutus just sort of stares. He has no idea how to handle this.
Guinan is like making frantic eye contact with Brutus, like, what the fuck do we do? This is just, it's so bad. I mean, the betrayal is so bad, and clearly this is just something that neither of them have any foundation as to how to address with this very vulnerable version of Clyde.
Clyde, you feel a weight on your shoulder as Joshua tries to climb up your back onto your shoulder to comfort you.
Oh, sorry, 1 second. We're good.
If it makes you feel any better, it seems we've all experienced a loss of some sort. So I guess I sort of know what you're going through, but it's... things will get better, and we will figure it out in time.
We could always kill your dad instead.
This is true.
We'd have to find him first.
We could always find and kill your dad.
Seems like the leading plan so far.
It sounds like he might just be in the same place we were going to look for Weth.
I mean, we're going home, right? So why not start there? Oh, I live in Strandcat Camp. That's where my home is. My family home has always been there.
Oh, nice. Nice. Okay, yeah, that's where Mom wants us to. Weth wants us to go.
You can call her Mom. I'm not.
It's still kind of weird, even for me. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Let's just fucking. I don't know. What are we doing in Strandcat Camp?
She wants us to go find her shiny objects, and Guinan's reading this off of her hand. She wrote it. Or anything that will make her friends jealous. So, artifacts that belong in museums, general pilfering.
Okay.
She did say she'd give you an extra 10,000 Poke dollars for therapy, but I think it's going to be kind of hard to find an on-the-road therapist.
Yeah, 100%. 100% it's going to be hard. Yeah, look, let's just fucking send it. Let's go. Emotions for the week.
Emotions are for the week. Brutus, you ready?
I'm always ready.
Onward.
And as the three of you walk off, all three of you traumatized to a degree, some more than others, we see the backs of our three friends here in the afternoon sun walking south towards Strawn Cotton Camp to get shiny objects for Weth. And that's where we will leave it for today.